Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Nursing Padasalai. So this video is again a continuation, that is part 3 video of your secondary metabolites. We are studying secondary metabolites under the topic of your plant physiology. So already we placed an exclusive video regarding secondary metabolite, and also we studied about terpenes detailedly, all the biosynthesis pathway and the physiological importance. Now we are going to study about this phenolic compound. Okay. So phenolic compound are a large family of secondary products, and this phenolic compounds will generally have phenol group. Okay, that is a hydroxyl functional group. This is a hydroxyl functional group attached to a aromatic ring. So this is the structural characteristics of your phenolic compound. Okay. And they are generally soluble in organic solvent, while some are water soluble also. And these phenolics are generally involved in producing and protecting the plant against mechanical attack, and it has also produced a mechanical support to plant, and it is also play an important role to attract pollinating insects and fruit dispersing insects, so that it helps in plant pollination. And next is also involved in absorbing the harmful radiation from the sun. Okay, so if we are under the sun for a long time, then we'll get into our home and we'll switch on the AC. But plants is always growing under the sun. Okay, so these phenolic compounds are generally involved in protecting the plants against harmful radiation. Okay, and also this phenolic compound, if a particular plant is producing a phenolic compound, means that phenolic compound will be surrounded around the atmosphere, so that it will reduce the growth of nearby competing plant. So surrounding the plant can't able to be grown. Next, regarding the biosynthetic pathway. So phenolic compounds are generally produced by two important pathway. Okay, so first pathway is your cyclamic acid pathway, and next pathway is your malonic acid pathway. Okay, so these are the two important pathway by which your phenolics is being produced. Okay, and these two pathway, that is cyclamic acid pathway, are widely present in your plant, fungi and bacteria, and it is not present in animal. Okay, and your malonic acid pathway is present in your fungi and bacteria, whereas it's not present in your plant. Okay, so and first we'll study about cyclamic acid pathway. So cyclamic acid pathway will convert the simple carbohydrate precursor. So if you take your pentose pathway, it is erythrose 4-phosphate is present in your pentose path, and your glycolysis phosphoenol pyruvate is being produced. Okay, so this cyclamic acid pathway will convert two important carbohydrate precursor to produce an aromatic amino acid, that is your phenylalanine. So phenylalanine is an important precursor for producing this cyclamic acid pathway. Okay, and next thing is that your phenolics are being produced by the elimination of your ammonia molecule. Okay, for phenylalanine, in the presence of phenylalanine ammonia lyase enzyme, that is PAL enzyme, it will eliminate the ammonia molecule and it will form your cinnamic acid. Okay, so from the cinnamic acid, many phenolics like your simple phenolics, lignin, flavonoids, condensed tannic, other phenolics is also be produced. Okay, so this is the important thing about the enzyme. And also to tell about this phenylalanine ammonia lyase, this activity of this enzyme is generally activated during particular environmental condition. Like for example, when there is low amount of nutrient, or when there is a low light, or when there is a fungal infection, this particular enzyme will get activated, so that more amount of phenolics compound will be synthesized. Okay, next, your tranexamic acid and paracarmonic acid are a simple phenolics produced, and they are having a common benzene ring structure, and these two are called as a phenyl propanoids. Okay, because they are consisting the benzyl group in it. And this phenyl propanoids will act as a building block for a complex phenolics. Okay, and to tell about this glycophosphate, it is a broad spectrum herbicide and the commercial name is your Roundup Ready, and this herbicide generally kills the plant by blocking your succinic acid pathway. Okay, so it is an additional information you should know. Next thing is your cormorants, which is again another type of your phenolics being produced, and this cormorants are called phenyl propanoid lactones. Okay, so this cormorant is a complex phenolics and they are produced from phenyl propanoids, and it is called as phenyl propanoid lactate, and they are cyclic esters phenolics. Another type of phenolics is your furanocormorants because of the presence of furan rings, and they also have an important role. Okay, so they involved they are generally in an inactivated stage, friends. So whenever they are not toxic until they are activated by the sunlight. Okay, so generally UV radiation at 320 to 400 nanometer causes the furocormines, that is cormines, to get activated and reach the highest electron state. So at this stage they will insert themselves to the double helical structure of the target molecule. Okay, and this furocormines have a specific binding towards your pyrimidine bases like your cytosine and your thymine. So these things, and they will generally block the transcription. As a result of blocking this transcription, your cell death will occur. So this is the mechanism of your furocormines. Okay, so if you take Tay's book, they are having a phenolic biosynthesis, phenolic compound biosynthesis from phenolins. Okay, and the formation of plant phenolics including your simple phenyl propanoids, cormorant, benzoic acid derivative, lignin. So from phenolics, by the release of ammonia and the presence of phenylalanine ammonia lyase, your tranexamic acid is produced, and tranexamic acid will form benzoic acid derivative, and from tranexamic acid your paracormoric acid is produced, and this paracormoric acid is a precursor for producing your caffeinic acid, and this paracormoric acid, in the addition of your COA and SH, will form paracormoyl CoA, so CoA, which form a precursor for. So it is how they produce, and it will form calcolins, and it will form flavonoids, and it will produce dihydroflavonoids. From flavonoids, two compounds are produced, flavonones and isoflavonones, and from dihydroflavonoids, flavonoids are being produced. Okay, and the next thing is that release of phenolics into the soil may limit the growth of other plants, and this compound is called as allelopathy. So if the phenol has been released into a particular soil, that soil will limit the growth of your other plant. Okay, so this process is called as allelopathy. So first type of phenolics is your lignin. Lignin is the first important phenolic compound. So this lignin is generally found in your tracheids and vessel elements of xylem, and they are involved in providing a physical toughness and chemical durability of a particular plant. So these are the two important functions of your lignin. Okay. The physical toughness of your lignin will deter the feeding. It won't allow the animal to take up the plant, and the chemical durability of this lignin will reduce the digestibility of these substance in the herbivore gut. Okay, so next compound is your flavonoid. Flavonoid is a type of phenolic compound, and it is a 15 carbon compound. It is made up of two aromatic benzoic acid, that is carbon 6 and carbon 6, so totally 12 carbon, and it is branched by this C3 bridge. So 15. So it is a 15 carbon compound. Okay, the bridge is formed by C carbon, 3 carbon, and these flavonoids are classified into flavonants and isoflavonoids based on your degree of oxidation and your carbon 3 bridge. So this flavonoids is classified into 3 types: anthocyanin, which are pigmented flavonoids, and This is responsible for colored pigment in various flowers. Next is your flavonoids and your flavonols, and these are colored pigment found in flower. Okay, and these flavonoids and flavonoids will provide a protection against your UVB radiation, friends. And those plants that lack these flavonoids are generally sensitive to this UVB radiation, and they are generally killed. Next is your isoflavonoids, which are antimicrobial. Example, your retinoids, and they are insecticidal as well as they are anti-estrogenic. That is sheep that are grazing over plant that are rich in isoflavonoids will lead to infertility kind of things. Okay, and also isoflavonoids is having many kind of anti-cancer benefit. The best known isoflavonoid is your phytoalexin. Okay, so the next thing is your tannins. Tannin is also a phenolics, and these tannins are your feeding repellents. So they generally repel the animals so that they can't able to feed on the particular plant. And your red wine, okay, is having a polyphenol, which is a tannin containing compound, and this polyphenol will block the production of endothelin A pathway. As a result of it, your blood vessel constriction occur. So this red wine is a reason why many people are telling take red wine, it is good for heart, like that kind of thing. Okay, and in the gut of a herbivore, this plant tannins will form a hydrogen bond. Okay, so that your OH group of your phenolics and your electronegative sites of your plant protein will form a hydrogen bond. As a result, the digestion process, your digestive enzyme of the animal will get inactivated. As a result, the animal can't able to digest the food and it will get died. Next is that this herbivore also have a adaptive kind of thing, so that they can prevent the attack by tannin. Okay, so herbivore means your sheep, like that. That is salivary gland of the sheep, for example, which is a herbivore, will have a high proline content. This high proline content will have a high affinity of tannin. As a result of it, they will make the tannin to get inactivated, and they will dissolve all this bond formation of your tannin. Okay.